Joining us now on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline is NFL hopeful, BYU linebacker great, and a man who is moving up every single draft board we can possibly think of, Sione Takitaki. Sione, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, guys. Missed you guys, man. Thanks.
Hey, we miss you, man.
We've missed your Musk as well.
How do you celebrate Spring Break Day, Sione?
Thinking back on my time, it would be a sleep day. I'd be sleeping, catch up on my Z's, and definitely got to work out or something. But I don't remember my spring break being too crazy.
Yeah, some people get a week, right? That's like the normal thing. BYU at least has given a day the last like 3 years, so that's nice. But
that's right.
You haven't been too busy recently, it sounds like, except, oh, wait, you have been. Walk us through the past month. When you first, was it the East-West Shrine game that you were initially invited to, and then it kind of built from there?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was a late invite to that. You know, I only had the NFLPA. My agent got me into the East-West, you know, so I found out probably 2 days before I flew out. Went to that, man. That was pretty crazy. Because that game was pretty intense, too. You know, you stay up, you talk to all these coaches all night, and try to get some rest for practice the next day. But it went well, you know. I managed to do it all. And then I ended up flying, because that's in Florida. I ended up flying back to San Diego when that was done. And then 2 days later, I get a call that, hey, you know, somebody got hurt. You know, you probably kind of the next guy that we're going to call, what's up, blah, blah, blah. They gave me the story. I'm like, hey, no worries, man. I'll be out there. So they put me on the red eye. I think that's a Tuesday. And then they put me on the red eye. I sleep on the plane. I'll wake up. Right when I land, they take me straight to practice. And that experience was pretty great, you know, being at the Reese's Bowl with all these great athletes, these guys going first, second, third round. These guys are some great, being around these great coaches. You know, I was able to be taught by some of Fred's coaches at the 49ers, so it was good to see that. And then, no, it was just a good experience. I kind of tweaked my hamstring over there, but I managed to get through that thing, and then I flew back and then got busy. I had to get going with training for the combine, and that process was just a whole nother story. That's just a crazy process too.
I think you need a spring break sleep day.
You need a day, yeah,
exactly. Hey, what do you think of?
Pretty wild.
What do you think of all this attention? How do you handle the increasing attention from all of these different coaches and scouts and whatnot?
Yeah, man, especially just the combine alone, you know, all the interviews you have is pretty intense. You know, I had 10 formals, and so you go in, you try to put your best foot forward with all these head coaches and general managers, and something, you know, it's kind of crazy. You know, you're in a room with Elway and Jerry Jones, and they question you on all this stuff, but, you know, the first minute or couple seconds is kind of, you know, it's kind of nerve-wracking, but then you kind of, you know, calm down and know, man, this is what you've been dreaming about your whole life, so just enjoy it. That's kind of, you know, been my mindset, and that's kind of what got me through. You know, I just had to calm down and just know I've been waiting for this ride my whole life, so, yeah.
So John Elway and Jerry Jones questioned you personally? They were in the room?
Not Jerry Jones, Elway. Jerry Jones, he was in the room, but he didn't say anything. But I'm just saying the big names I can remember that I met with, just, you know, seeing on television. Pete Carroll was really cool. Sean Payton, you know, we talked about T. Hill for a minute before we started my meeting, but, you know, I talked to a lot. I'm just trying to think of all the coaches I talked to, but just, you know, I remember all the big names.
What was that like?
It was crazy. It's crazy. You know, it's crazy. You're in this room, they question you, they quiz you on your playbook, you know, on game film that we're watching in the room at the time. And man, you just kind of enjoy it, you know. You kind of just put your best foot forward, like I said, and then kind of be yourself and let them know who you are. So you know, if they're going to draft you, you got to have a little swag to them. So, you know, I kind of just, you know, I just was myself the whole time, and I felt like I did well in all of them. So it was pretty great.
BYU linebacker, NFL hopeful Sione Takitaki with us on BYU Sports Nation. The NFL Combine has developed this reputation of asking random albeit just wacky questions at times. What were some of the more out-of-the-box questions you were asked by these guys through the interview process?
You know what? I was waiting to have, like I said, I had 10 of them, but all of them, they didn't really, curse me out. They didn't really, do anything out of the ordinary. Right when I got in, then we just started talking about, how I grew up, if I was raised by both of my parents, how I got to BYU, and then we went straight into, playbook, or if they wanted to get me on the whiteboard and see if I know my X's and O's, and some teams will pull up a play or two, and they would teach me quickly, and then talk about my life, and then the last 2 minutes of the meeting, they wanted me to see if I can draw it up of what they taught me. But I was waiting, I was preparing my mind and everything for a coach to give me all these crazy questions or curse me out or something like that, to just be mentally ready. But I didn't get the crazy answers or stuff I was thinking of.
Let's ask you one of those then. So what kind of tree would you be if you were a tree, Sione?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I was with some other guys I was training with, and I remember one of them coming out, and he was like, "Man, dude, all they did was just curse me out and try to see if I was soft. They kept saying if I was soft, and I don't know. I was ready, but that's funny you guys say that. But yeah, I know there's a bunch of crazy stuff there.
No, but really, what tree would you be?
That'd be an oak tree.
An oak tree.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Is it strong?
Good answer,
There you
Sione.
go. That's good.
Okay, you passed our weird question test, man.
Yeah, no one asked you there. We got to ask you at some point, yeah.
Hey, we're a couple of weeks from BYU's Pro Day. You put up great numbers at the Combine. You have been showing out through all of these different senior games. What do you want to accomplish? What do you feel like you have to accomplish at the Pro Day to further your resume before draft day?
I got to continue to do good in the position work. I'll do the position work at the end. I want to look smooth, look fast, high energy. Yeah, I would say I want to move smooth. Show whoever's there, it's going to be there at Pro Day, that I can move. That what they saw in Combine is me. So, yeah.
Is this kind of the Fred Warner approach where you don't do the bench, you don't run the 40, but you just do position work, or are you going to do some of the events?
No, so I'm just going to do the position work at the end. I feel comfortable with all my numbers and stuff. I probably can do the 3-cone or something like that, but people are just saying, hey, just do the position work at the end. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. Yeah.
What are you most proud of from your numbers at the NFL Combine?
My broad jump, because I was only getting about like a 10.2, 10.3, and I was like, man, I want a 10.5. If I can do a 10.5, I'll be. And then, boom, I get there, and I'm like, yeah, it's my second jump. I'm like, yeah, that's what I wanted. So I was really happy about that.
Do you feel like at this point, Sione, straight up, you will be drafted?
Yeah, I feel like I'm confident that I will be drafted. I just don't know what round. It can be the 3rd or it can be the 7th. I don't. So I feel like my name will be called. It'll be pretty cool. I don't care if it's the last pick, but it'll be really cool to hear my name be called. It's something I've always dreamed of. So, but if I do go undrafted, I'm gonna just take it on the chin and keep working like I've always been. So, no biggie with there.
Well, you've flown up the Senior Bowl circuit. You went to the Combine. We're looking forward to Pro Day, by the way, 2 weeks from today on BYUtv. I'm sure we'll talk with you then. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma for the next 2 weeks. Stay healthy, be your best self, and we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks, Sione.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
Here's to oak trees, man. All right, thanks to Sione Takitaki for joining us on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, your values, your timeline, your financial future. He says, if I go undrafted, I'll keep working. He's going to get drafted.
I think he'll be drafted.